Hi there and welcome back. Today we'll create our first onboarding workflow template to define the necessary steps to orchestrate the onboarding of our users to Office 365. In this video, I will walk you through the process of a typical workflow design. In the next video, I will explain the necessary configuration of each single workflow step. To create a workflow template, please enter the onboarding module and select the workflow tabs. As we want to target our active users, please select Users. On the left side, you see the workflow steps that are available. Please notice that these can vary on your license so that more or less workflow steps might be shown. Let's define our onboarding scenario first. Let's say we would like to target a mailbox and archive migration. Let's also assume that our customer uses Exchange in a hybrid environment and Veritas Enterprise Vault with enabled Virtual Vault and Vault Cache. Let's start the design of our workflow by defining our T-0. This is the point in our workflow where we really want to start the migration to the cloud. In our case, it would be the move of the primary mailbox from on-premises to Office 365. To add the first workflow step, I expand the Exchange steps group and drag the Move Primary to Cloud workflow step to the canvas. Now, as we have defined our T-0, the next point to consider is to clarify if there are any necessary steps to do before the mailbox migration happens. In our case, the customer's corporate communication department would like to ensure that the users are informed about the migration. They should be kept in the loop by regular updates about what's happening to their data. They deliver different email templates as MSG files, which should be sent as personalized emails to the users at any time necessary in the Office 365 onboarding process. The agreement with corporate communication is that the user should be informed 7 days prior T-0. To achieve this, I extend the communication steps on the left side and drag the mail user workflow step to the canvas. As after emailing the user, we would like to wait a week, I drag also the wait time workflow step to the canvas. The customer uses Enterprise Vault as an archiving system. To ensure maximum transparency, I would like to change the Enterprise Vault policy 2 days before T-0 to disable drag and drop to Virtual Vault. This will ensure that everything from the user's Outlook has properly been synced within the 2 days to the Enterprise Vault system. To do this, I drag the Add Users to Group workflow step to the canvas and let the Enterprise Vault provisioning task do the policy change for me. As our first workflow step should happen 7 days before T-0 and the policy change should happen 2 days before the mailbox move, I add also a second wait time workflow step to our workflow. Last but not least, we want to make sure that the Enterprise Vault archive is closed properly for each user before the migration actually happens. To do so, I extend my EV steps and drag the Disable Archive workflow step to the canvas. Let me rearrange quickly the steps on the canvas and connect them to a sequence. Now we have defined the steps that we would like to execute prior our mailbox move. Let's continue with the next steps required to achieve our desired result. As now the primary mailbox of the user is in Office 365, it might be a good idea to assign a license. I can achieve that easily by adding the Assign License step to our workflow. After we license the user, I would also like to create an Exchange Online archive for them. To do so, I add the Hybrid Create Archive Mailbox step to the workflow. As the user is licensed and prepared, I would like to add the archive migration next. I extend the TransVault steps and drag the necessary steps to the canvas. In this example, we will first gather the information about the archived items in Enterprise Vault and then synchronize the shortcuts to let TransVault Migrator understand which items still have shortcuts and where they are currently located in the user's mailbox. Now we can migrate the archive and delete the shortcuts. Now it's time to clean up and deprovision the user's Enterprise Vault archive. First, I would like to hide the Enterprise Vault buttons in the user's Outlook. Disable Virtual Vault and also disable Vault Cache. Let me drag the necessary EV workflow steps to the canvas. Now, I would like to inform the user about his successful onboarding to Office 365 and ask the user to restart Outlook so that the configuration changes are applied. Let's give the user 72 hours for the Outlook restart before we proceed. Let me add another wait time workflow step. The last steps of our workflow are the deletion of the Enterprise Vault hidden message from the user's mailbox and the removal of the Enterprise Vault permissions to his archive. Let's add also those workflow steps to our workflow. Now, as we have completed defining which workflow steps we would like to use for our onboarding, the only thing left to do is to connect the workflow steps to a sequence. In the next video, I will explain the configuration for each single workflow step. Thanks for watching.